Hey y'all, today is June the 10th, 2026. I just wanted to do a quick reminder of that dream from 2025 that I posted, and I have all the original timestamps and everything like that because, there's a couple of channels that like to take my information and then claim it as their own, and they are both monetized, and they also get tons of donations, mostly from old ladies on Social Security and pension funds. Anyway, the dream that I had in 2025, and like I said, everything is date stamped. I've posted all this hundreds of times already on my other channel, but on this channel I've only posted it a couple of times. I saw a huge brown bear, and I saw a huge foo dog, and they were standing together on top of a bush that was kind of like this, but really more like one of my grandmother's camellias. The mosquitoes, Jesus protect me. They were standing on the bush together, and they were looking at one another, and then I woke up. So when I woke up, I said, oh, okay, well, that huge brown bear I just saw, that's Russia, and that huge foo dog is China, and I know that. And the fact that they're standing on a green bush that looks similar to this right here just goes to the time of year that this happens. And so the thing is that the expression on the bear's face was not friendly, but it wasn't exactly adversarial. It could go either way, and the same for the foo dog. So they didn't look like they were enemies, but they didn't look friendly either. They just looked like they had an arrangement and that they were already committed to joining forces against another party. So if America gets hit by China and Russia as a team, it won't shock me. That's what I'm expecting to happen. So anyway, just a reminder. And like I said, I do have the receipts on all my dreams. I'm a former journalist. I'm a lifelong writer, published, university speaker, etc. So I do have the receipts on my dreams. I do keep copies of everything. And so anytime that these people steal my material and then try to post it as their own, they never have all the information. They only have some of it, which is why when they share the information, it doesn't make sense. It's very vague. When they share it, it's like, well, it looks like this is pretty significant to the rapture, but they can't make it fit. It's because God didn't give it to them, He gave it to me, and then they stole it, and they're monetized, and they're both using the same video, sharing it between each other, and it's my information. Anyway, they've been doing it for years. It doesn't shock me or anything. It disgusts me, I think it's disgusting. And then they get all these old ladies' bank accounts emptied out into their wallet. It's just disgusting. But, there's a lot of people that think they're going to heaven that are not going to, at least not in the rapture, unless they get radically saved, like genuinely saved fast. There's a lot of frauds out there. There's a lot of frauds in the rapture community on YouTube. Tons. It's staggering to me. The number one thing for me is, where is the fear of God? Do they have any fear? Obviously not, or they would not be doing what they do. All they're doing is making bank. They're no different than anybody else who doesn't claim to be a Christian, who is ripping people off, you know. But the thing is, since they do claim to be Christians, and they do claim to have, you know, the word of knowledge and all this other stuff, just imagine how rough that's going to be when they have to stand and answer for that, you know? Sometimes I wish I didn't know all the stuff that I know, but what blows me away is how other people in the rapture community just don't seem to observe what these con artists are doing. And they say they have the Holy Spirit, but they don't see it. It's right in front of them, you know? Maybe it's just because I happen to have been on the live streams and, you know, witnessed it at just the right times or whatever. I think it's just the discernment, you know? But anyway, I don't hold any grudges. It's between the Lord Almighty and them. But as my grandmother in Alabama would say, I wouldn't want to be in their shoes for their socks, because they are going to answer for this stuff. Right, Kitty? That's right. All right, y'all. God bless. Hold on to your butts. Get some water.